I started teaching because I like working with kids, specifically at the middle school age. It's just such a fun age to work with. They have great personalities and it's a great way to spend the day.
I always wanted to teach since second grade. I had a Dr. Seuss book that asked you what you wanted to do when you grew up, and I chose teacher. I just have always wanted to do it ever since I was little.
I wanted to become a teacher because school wasn't the easiest thing for me. I had some issues at points, and I wanted to go into it from a perspective of, hey, people can have learning differences and still be successful.
I guess I wanted to become a teacher to kind of just like share what I know about art. Art was something that was like helpful to me and like kind of like therapy in a way. So if I can share that with somebody else, it's kind of important.
Growing up, my favorite thing to do in elementary, middle school, high school was go to the gym and play. And I always thought when I got older it might be a really cool profession to do. So I've been teaching now for 10 years and enjoyed it ever since.
I started teaching, my mom was a teacher. She was a kindergarten teacher. So I kind of always knew I was going to be a teacher. And when I joined band, I had an 8th grade marching band experience where we got to like go and be in the marching band and like kind of be in high school band for a day. And it was the best day of my life. And immediately I was like, this is what I'm supposed to do. Boom, no question about it.
So I started teaching. I was fortunate enough to go to a high school where I was exposed to the world of teaching at a really young age. I went to Grand Blanc High School and I was approached by a teacher. I always admired my teachers, and I was approached by one. She asked me if I wanted to be her teacher's assistant for the semester instead of taking an elective. And I decided to do that, and I loved it. And the next year, I joined the teacher education program where I was able to teach in elementary classes, middle school classes, and high school classes. And I really loved doing that, so I decided to go to college to pursue an education in teaching.
So I really like teaching science specifically because I like sharing my knowledge of the topics with kids, and I think it's one of the more fun subjects to be able to experience in class, so that's why I got into it.
So I had a really awesome experience in my high school choir at Eisenhower High School, and it inspired me to become a choir teacher myself because I was really impacted by it, and I knew that I could make a difference as well if I became a choir teacher.
Math specifically, I like that you can look at a problem and teach others how to pull information out of the problem, rearrange it in their heads, and find a really unique solution to it. It's a great life skill outside of math as well. On a deserted island, I would probably bring my guitar, or maybe a fishing rod would be more useful since it's an island. If I had $1 million, the deserted island with my guitar and a fishing rod sounds pretty good, so I'd probably go with that.
When I was about 6 years old, I was watching TV and I saw a little girl playing the violin, and it just really inspired me to start playing the violin. So I asked my parents to get me lessons, which they did. And as I got more into music, I just really felt like it was my passion and I wanted to share that with students. I would bring an airplane so that I could leave the island and get back to civilization. I would pay for my children's college education, and then after that I would take an awesome vacation.
If I were not a teacher, what would I do? I would probably be doing something in medicine, like aid work or something like that. Oh, Verner's, jerky of some kind usually, and then barbecue chips, preferably better made if I'm local. I'm a social studies teacher, 6th grade geography. My favorite topic is honestly maps. I know people think of geography and maps as synonymous, but people also think usually that maps are objective and static, and they're really not. We realized that over time that maps had a purpose, maps had a reason, and we are striving now for maps to be objective and to convey information impartially. So maps and realizing that they have a purpose and change.
Probably a veterinarian. I love animals, and that would have been a better paying job. Probably trail mix. Probably anything in clay, because the kids really like clay. They like to be hands-on. That tends to be overall one of their favorites, so I like doing it too.
Ooh, tough one. I guess I'd have to go with maybe beef jerky. Well, I think a sports agent would be an awesome profession. That would be a lot of fun, keeping in the same things with athletics and sports, and with the money thrown around is pretty exciting. Play all team sports, but I think the thing that the kids like the most is probably a game that we call four-way basketball. They're always asking to play that on Fridays, so it's a good time. They really have a lot of fun with that.
I'm Rebecca Moffett. I'm the band director for Clawson Middle School and Clawson High School. So I've been teaching for 7 years, I think 7 years, and this is my first year at Clawson. My favorite part of teaching is probably when a kid who hasn't gotten it and like is working really hard and like they've gone through the grind of like trying to figure out how do I get it, and then eureka, like they've got it. There's no better feeling. Like that's the best. That's when you know you're really done. Like you've done what you're supposed to do that day. My favorite conductor is Marin Alsop. She is the only and the first and the only female who's ever conducted a symphony in America that was like fully her own. So she like really paved a way for a lot of like ladies to be band directors and stuff. So that's really pretty cool.
This is my second year at Clawson Middle School. Prior to teaching at Clawson Middle School, I taught at New Lothrop High School for 2 years. I love the students. I love that my day is different and exciting. In the summer, I work at an accounting firm and I sit at a desk all day. So this is definitely a change in pace, and the days go by so fast teaching. My favorite author is Colleen Hoover.
I started teaching a little bit over 2 years ago right here. Probably my favorite thing is just the awesome people I get to meet and the amazing talent I get to see, and just the people I get to work with. That's a tough one, but Taylor Swift, I think she's an awesome songwriter.
I started teaching 5 years ago in 2017. I really like that science is all kind of related, and all the sciences kind of work together to explain stuff. And I like how specifically physics, you can figure out a lot of stuff in the world just knowing a little bit of physics. So, my favorite scientist would probably be Isaac Newton. He's just one of the scientists that started off at a really young age and went on to figure out some pretty great things. So.